our my colleague Noreen Bautista to talk about the post-pandemic shift of fashion. Uh,
Carissa, mayong
as
hapon sa tanan. Right. So my name is Noreen Bautista with the Philippine Fashion Coalition. I'm also a tech startup entrepreneur and doing research on the fashion industry. So even before the pandemic, the global fashion industry has been going through pressures for systemic change. So on the next slide, please. This actually shows a report by McKinsey and Business of Fashion on the state of fashion 2021. It says the pandemic has accelerated trends that were in motion prior to the crisis, especially as shopping shifts to digital and consumers continue to champion fairness and social justice. So the key trends is really on the next slide. The strongest trend is definitely e-commerce and digitization across all categories. And if you see the highlighted in red, it includes the fashion industry. On the next slide, please. So aside from digitization, sustainability has also been accelerated. More and more consumers are becoming more demanding and conscious of their choices, especially in fashion. Another trend is the importance of brands. E-commerce is very competitive, and the best way to thrive in the competition is to have strong branding and positioning in the context of a global market. Next slide, please. On the trend of sustainability, the United Nations even recognized an alliance for sustainable fashion, knowing that the industry can do a lot to advance our sustainable development goals, since many current industry practice affect negatively our environment. Next slide, please. So for example, in digitization, in the trend of digitization rather, it's also becoming clear that digital brands are increasing in value. An example is this acquisition by international brand Boohoo, as they acquired the intellectual property and e-commerce businesses of the distressed Oasis and Warehouse label. What's surprising is not that it's finally happening, but that it took so long. Boohoo acquired the intellectual property and e-commerce businesses of these labels in June. And thus it shows the opportunities really of e-commerce as a key focus point for our Philippine industry. And the next slide, please. At this point, I'd like to turn it